I'll now read the words of meditation, which will be followed by a moment of silence, after which I will ring the chime. These words are in the Native American tradition and were spoken by black elk. It's very visual. I invite you all to see the picture that black elk paints for us. These are the words of black elk. Then I was standing on the highest mountain of all, and round beneath me was the whole hoop of the world. And while I stood there, I saw more than I can tell, and I understood more than I could see. For I was seeing in the sacred manner the shape of all things of the Spirit, and the shapes as they must live together like one being. And I saw that the sacred hoop of my people was one of many hoops that make one circle, wide as daylight and starlight, and in the center grew one mighty flowering tree to shelter all the children of one mother and one father, and I saw that it was holy. And now we welcome Georgia Blackmon, who will talk to us about the oneness of human beings.
Thank you. I'm 77 years old. This past June the 29th. I've been married 56 years. I have 2 children, 5 grandsons, and 1 great-grandson. Being on a planet that long, there's certain things that you see just because you've been here. I came up in Pensacola. I'm the same age as Emmett Tibbs. Emmett Tibbs, I was born June 1941, and he was born July 1941. I came up in that era. And the painful part of that is that I see it again. The same atmosphere that was at that time when I was 15 years old, I see it again. But what is so sad is that I didn't see the permission to hate the way it is today. And I work with children across race and gender to let them know that that's not the way. God of love, forgive, and teach us how to truly live. And one day may we realize that all the earth, the sea, the sky, belongs to God who made us all, the rich, the poor, the great, the small. And in our Father's holy sight, no man is yellow, black, or white, and peace on earth will not be found until we meet on common grounds, where every man become a brother who worship God and love each other. The oneness of all people. The God that I serve, the God that I know, don't deal in time and space, and it don't deal in gender or race. The God that I know and that I serve do not have favorites and do not have stepchildren. We are here for a reason and a season. And as I see my time being on this planet, it is all about teaching our children, sharing with our children what is and what should be. The county and the University of West Florida, PJC, and the county and the city brought in a young man. He was Asian. And I want you to know that I'm talking about the oneness of God, because there's only one God and one people. And we could go to the mountaintop and look over if we come to that place of understanding that there's just one God and one people. But he came in here and he left the word that I took from him that was so profound. He said to himself, he said that, I told my mother, my father, and all of my family, if they are sitting to the table, sitting anywhere with anyone that is speaking racial thoughts and they say nothing, they're just as guilty. It's the people that was speaking it. We are in a troubling time. We are in a troubling time, and I'm speaking to people that I know that we all know God. And we all have a responsibility in this time in which we're looking and living is to deal with that oneness of God. God don't have stepchildren, and he don't have favorites. And we all connected. We are all connected. And we have to ask ourselves, what can I do? What can I do? Not what anybody else can do. What can I do to make this universe a better place for everyone? See, what people fail to realize about King had to go for two reasons. And it wasn't about the marching and all of that. He had to go for two reasons. It was the Poor People's March. That's where the power. If we as a people could come together across race and gender, that's power. The power is in our hands. That's why King had to go. And he had the ear of the Vietnam War, those young people. All of that, the Poor People's March and the Vietnam War in the ear of those young people, it's about making money. And he had their ear, and he was working with them. And he had to go. That was the reason. It was about money. Same way it is today. It's all about money, and it's all about power. And so, if we, as a people, come to understand clearly that we're here for a season, and then we're gone. We're here for a season, and then we're gone. At 15 years old and younger, I came up in a village. See, what you have to understand, back at the time that I came up, for one of you to be my friend, you could get killed for being my friend. During the time I was 15 years old. That was a man across the street from me. All I know was his name was Mr. Bob. I live on 7th Avenue between Jordan and Hernandez. The north side of 7th was all white. The south side of 7th was all black. Mr. Bob lived across the street from me. Once a week, the children from both sides would come and play in Mr. Bob's yard. And he would teach us things. And his wife would bring us lemonade and cookies after it was over. When his wife died, he had one daughter. She was in California. And she wanted him to move. Mr. Bob didn't move. Mr. Bob died across the street from me. There have always been people that work together across race and gender ever since the beginning of time. The Quakers was there. The Underground Railroad, they was there. Understand, back in that time, you made a choice to be my friend because you could be killed for being my friend. We're living in a time like that now. I don't want my grandchildren or my great-grands to believe that hate is the way. There's only one God and one people. And God don't have favorites, and he don't have stepchildren. And the power is in our hands. It's in our hands. Because all power comes from God. And if we truly believe that God is real and that God is alive, and I believe that with all my heart, then the power is in our hand. And we have to work for the children, not us, even the unborn. We have to leave a legacy for the unborn. We have to work for the unborn. It's the children time. I'm 77 now, don't get me wrong. I come from a family that lived to be 100 and something. So I'm not telling you I'm ready to leave this planet. But I'm 77, and my focus have to change about the children and work for the children, even the unborn generation. When Bill and Paula asked me to do this, like I was telling my husband, I don't do this a lot. I work in the community, but I don't do the talking a lot. I was raised in a community that said, if you take care of your community and your community and your children will take care of you. That's all I know. The other thing that God have allowed me to live long enough to understand, that he's the God of all the people. And he don't have favorites, and he don't have stepchildren. We are connected across race and gender. I might disagree with someone. I disagree with my family. But I also recognize that every human being on this planet belongs to God. And we have a responsibility to the children. I'm going to close. And I thank you for allowing me to come. But we're living in some trying times. I've never seen it like this before. In all of my 77 years, I've seen some bad times, but I've never seen it like this before. And I was born in Pensacola. I've never seen it like this before. And our children are living in a different times. And we have to, some kind of way, bring them together to let them understand this is not the way. And we have to ask ourselves, we really do, especially the ones of us that say we know God. We have to ask ourselves, how do we feel towards other people? All people, how do we feel? Do we really believe that all human beings are made in God's image after his likeness? Do we believe that? Do we believe that God is the God of all people, but that he have favorites and he have stepchildren? Do we believe that? We have to ask ourselves. As the young men say, when we sit at tables with other people and they are talk, that is not right. And we allow them and don't say a word. We're just as guilty as they are. And so we have to ask ourselves, God of love, forgive. And teach us how to truly live. And someday may we realize that all the earth, the sea, the sky, belongs to God who made us all, the rich, the poor, the great, the small. And in our Father's holy sight, no man is yellow, black, or white, and peace on earth will not be found until we meet on common ground, where every man become a brother who worship God and love each other. Thank you so very much.